mandatory evacuations that are underway right now. The new warning this morning, Louisiana facing a state of emergency as that tropical system strengthens, already bringing flooding and water spouts to the Gulf Coast. Now concerns it could become a dangerous hurricane. Ginger has the very latest.
Border battle. The new report this morning, the Trump administration set to launch nationwide deportation raids as soon as this Sunday. Thousands of undocumented immigrants targeted.
Under fire. Embattled Labor Secretary Alex Acosta speaking out about that deal he cut with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Now, a Florida prosecutor at the center of the case is coming forward to say Acosta is not telling the truth.
International murder mystery. The manhunt now underway after that American scientist and mother of two was found in Greece in that cave-like bunker.
Cover-up controversy. The Texas doctor saying she was humiliated on a plane, told this outfit was inappropriate, forced to wear a blanket to get on board. She's now telling her story on GMA.
Great white wonder. The scientist saying wind and weather could be driving shark attacks. An ABC News exclusive this morning, our Will Reeve right there on the water.
Oh, got it. And what a night at the ESPYs. The World Cup champs crowned queens of the night. Former Duke star Zion Williamson on top. And what Saints quarterback Drew Brees said about his wife that got Dwayne Wade in trouble.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
And Good Morning America. Hope you all are doing great this Thursday morning. What a night at the ESPYs. I want that riddle answer.
Oh, you will find the answer to that shortly. But how about the women's soccer team? You know, they had a big night last night at the ESPYs. It was a long
That was
day
a
for
big
them.
night and a big day because you, Robin, got to celebrate with those champs before they headed to the ESPYs at their big parade right here in New York City. And I understand the mayor had some trouble finding you.
Yeah, I was MC for
He was like,
the
where's Robin? Where's Robin? Boom!
Oh,
There she is. That's a way to say, hello, Mayor. Chest bump. It was a chest bump.
It's a chest bump.
Yeah, you know.
what you do.
That's what I do when I see Bill.
It's a sporting event. We're going to tell you more about that, but we want to get to the latest on that tropical threat that is brewing in the Gulf. A state of emergency has already been declared in Louisiana, and mandatory evacuations are going into place at 6 a.m. this morning as the system brings flooding, rain, strong winds to the Gulf Coast. There are fears it could become a hurricane as soon as tomorrow. Ginger back from Houston is tracking the system for us.
Hey, good morning to everyone. I have to take you straight to the Gulf Coast because we've got what looks like a disorganized mess in the Gulf, but later today it should become Barry. And that's why we've got hurricane watches up from Cameron over to New Orleans, flash flood watches from Lafayette to Mobile, Biloxi, Pensacola even. This is going to be a rain event. I cannot emphasize that enough. It is extremely slow moving and it's going to drop up to 20 inches of rain. This is the current path. New Orleans on the right side. It should become a hurricane by tomorrow night into early Saturday and make landfall early Saturday. And it's a worst case scenario for New Orleans. That right side, the worst of it. And that's why we've got our Rob Marciano right there in Norco.
Good morning, Ginger. Take a look at this. Water everywhere. As you know, it's been an incredibly wet spring in the Midwest that's trying to drain here. This is the Bonnie Carey spillway. Over 150 gates open here, trying to divert about 10% of the Mississippi River into this basin, which is normally dry. I mean, some of the roads here have been flooded out for weeks. So the last thing we need here is a tropical anything in the Gulf.
A state of emergency declared in Louisiana as the tropical threat in the Gulf organizes overnight.
We know it's going to be a big storm, a significant rain and storm surge event.
As parts of the region could get up to 20 inches of rain into the weekend. The wind and the rain from this tropical system already slamming cities, submerging the famed French Quarter of New Orleans and forming water spouts. Areas of the Crescent City drenched with 8 inches of rain in just 3 hours. Now NOLA is bracing for more.
Be safe, be smart, take care of your neighbors, take care of yourself.
The Mississippi River projected to reach 20 feet, its highest level in nearly 70 years. The people here are taking no chances. Louisiana officials closing over 200 floodgates on the river in preparation as they face the levee system's biggest test since Katrina. Mandatory evacuations underway near the mouth of the Mississippi River. Residents stocking up on supplies and sandbags. And in the Gulf, oil companies are already pulling workers off rigs.
The Army Corps of Engineers telling me they opened the spillway for a second time this year. That has never been done, and it opens up a whole nother set of issues downstream. But the goal is to take the pressure off the levee system, to keep the river at a level so it doesn't overtop those levees in New Orleans and towns downstream, which right now are threatened to be flooded. Ginger?
Rob, thank you so much for being there. And I want to start off here just showing you exactly where the center is. It's about 125 miles south-southeast of the mouth of the Mississippi. Again, timing takes it late tomorrow night into early Saturday onshore. Storm surge, we're talking 3 to 5 feet. Flash flooding. Tornadoes can spin up easily out of this anywhere in those outside bands up through Mississippi, even the Florida Panhandle. And then watch this, because the heavy rain is going to make its way all the way into Arkansas. We're talking 6 to 10 inches in this yellow area, but 10 to 20 that includes Lafayette, Baton Rouge, and nearly New Orleans. This could be devastating for the Gulf Coast. George.
They are getting braced. Okay, Ginger, thanks very much. We're going to get the latest now on the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. As he faces new charges for trafficking minors, the White House is standing by Labor Secretary Alex Acosta, who signed off on a secret plea deal for Epstein as a prosecutor back in 2008. Acosta held a press conference to address the questions. Our chief national affairs correspondent Tom Yamas was there. Good morning, Tom.
George, good morning to you. Secretary Acosta fiercely defended his actions, but now the former top state prosecutor says Acosta is trying to rewrite history. This, as some of Epstein's victims tell me, they still don't understand why he got such a sweetheart deal. This morning, the White House signaling Labor Secretary Alexander Acosta will likely keep his job. The embattled Acosta defending his decision to offer Jeffrey Epstein a plea deal back in 2008.
We were trying to do the right thing for these victims.
Many of the victims who said Epstein sexually assaulted them in massage rooms said they had no idea the government had cut a deal with the disgraced financier. They say they went to you looking for help, and they didn't hear back from you until it was too late. Do you owe them an apology?
So, you're raising the issue of victim notification. The career prosecutor in this case had a difficult decision to make, and she didn't make it alone.
Acosta refusing to apologize.
Simply put, the Palm Beach State Attorney's Office was ready to let Epstein walk free. No jail time, nothing.
But now that former state attorney is firing back, saying Mr. Acosta's recollection of this matter is completely wrong. The U.S. Attorney's Office produced a 53-page indictment that was abandoned after secret negotiations between Mr. Epstein's lawyers and Mr. Acosta.
I'd like to respond to all your questions today. However, on advice of counsel, I intend to take the fifth.
Epstein did go to county jail, but only for 13 months, and he had to register as a sex offender. Court documents show more than 30 women accused him of sexually abusing them as teenagers. The deal he cut with Acosta's office allowed him to plead guilty to a lesser charge. The victims were never able to confront Epstein in court.
I really just wanted to be like, hey, do you remember me? Of course not, because it's been so many other girls you couldn't even put on your hands. Like, oh yeah, I remember that one. I ruined her life.
At the time, Epstein formed a legal dream team to beat this case, including former independent counsel Ken Starr, former O.J. Simpson lawyer Alan Dershowitz, and Florida power attorney Roy Black. Acosta has said in the past Epstein's lawyers appealed to the DOJ to drop the case. Did someone at DOJ tell you or order you to cut a deal with Jeffrey Epstein?
His attorneys certainly filed several appeals with Maine Justice. The agreement did not change.
So the big question, why did Acosta keep this deal secret? He says part of the agreement with Epstein involved Epstein paying money to his victims. Now, prosecutors felt they were actually protecting those victims by keeping them in the dark, because that way Epstein's attorneys couldn't attack them, for instance, for being money hungry. But recently, a judge ruled that Acosta's office made the wrong call. They actually violated the victims' rights by not telling them what was going on. George. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Let's bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams, for more on this. You heard Acosta right there saying no apologies. This is basically the best he could do in a bad situation.
Yeah, I mean, the three problems he has is, number one, is that court ruling that said that they violated the law by not informing the victims. And that's a big one, because he's not really addressing it, basically saying the court got it wrong. Fair enough. Number two that he's not really answering is, what is the new evidence in the indictment? He started the press conference by talking about, well, I'm thrilled that the Southern District of New York has brought these charges because of the new evidence. And you read the indictment from the Southern District of New York, And they're referring to incidents from 2002 to 2005. These don't sound like new incidents. They sound like old incidents that he could have prosecuted. And number three is the issue that you mentioned, which is why not just say, you know what, yeah, in retrospect, we should have been a little tougher on them. In retrospect, we shouldn't have made this deal. But at the time, based on everything we knew, it was the best we could do. He's not even willing to say that.
And now he's got the big dispute with the state prosecutor who says it's just not true that they were basically letting Jeffrey Epstein off.
Well, you know, and that's devastating because the heart of his argument is, I got a better deal than the state could have gotten. That the state was ready to let him go with no jail time. And we, the feds, came in as the heroes in this, and we forced it into a situation where he would get an 18-month sentence. The state prosecutor who was in charge at the time is saying, that's just not true. And he is making a point that makes sense, which is he's saying, since when do state prosecutors decide what the feds do? It's the other way around. The feds are the ones who are typically in charge.
They did have this 53-page draft indictment.
Right. Look, the one thing he's saying, which is true, is that you do cut deals sometimes that are ugly, right? Sometimes they involve trying to protect the witnesses from having to testify, not having to roll the dice at trial, et cetera. But there are a lot of other factors here that he's not addressing.
Dan Abrams, thanks very much. Amy?
All right, George, now to the latest on the battle over the border. The New York Times reporting this morning that mass deportations could start as early as this Sunday. This as we hear emotional testimony on Capitol Hill about conditions at detention facilities. Mary Bruce has more now from Washington. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Amy. Well, after promising them for weeks, Immigration and Customs Enforcement is now reportedly gearing up for those mass raids of migrant families, possibly as soon as this weekend. This morning, the Trump administration is reportedly preparing to move forward with the president's promise of sweeping deportations.
I say they came in illegally and we're bringing them out legally.
Now, according to the New York Times, the raids targeting at least 2,000 undocumented immigrants in 10 cities could begin as soon as this Sunday. The news adding fuel to the immigration fight.
Mi hermosa niña, my beautiful girl, is gone.
On Capitol Hill Wednesday, a mother's anguish laid bare. Yasmin Juarez detailing the, quote, neglect and mistreatment that she alleges caused her 19-month-old daughter, Mary A., to die shortly after their release from ICE custody.
Mi hija ahora se ha ido. My daughter is gone. The people who are in charge of running these facilities and caring for these little angels are not supposed to let these things happen to them.
Lawmakers listening, the pain visible on their faces, as Juarez explained how she fled violence in Guatemala in search of a better life, only to watch her baby girl succumb to a treatable lung infection that she says was not properly diagnosed. Juarez is now suing the U.S. government. An ICE spokesman tells ABC News they are unable to comment on the specifics of the case, but says the agency, quote, takes very seriously the health, safety, and welfare of those in our care. While Democrats try to shine a light on reports of dire conditions, these are the images the administration wants you to see. Cameras allowed into a recently opened facility in Carrizo Springs, Texas, where teens are waiting to be placed with sponsors. Unaccompanied minors laughing, playing soccer, reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Now, this morning, Democrats here in the Senate plan to unveil new legislation intended to boost support for these children and families along the border, while the president continues to defend these facilities, saying they are, quote, clean and good and run beautifully. George.
Mary Bruce, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to a close call for dozens of foreign students visiting Boston when their bus caught fire, forced them to evacuate on a busy highway. David Curley has the story.
The question this morning, what caused this frightening scene on the side of a highway just outside Boston? A coach bus engulfed in flames. Just feet away, nearly 20 international college students. They were on that bus moments before, watching in shock as the vehicle ignites, everyone on board making a safe escape.
The smell was pretty bad, and the fire was getting really bigger and bigger, and almost like half of the bus was burned, already burned, so I really scared.
Firefighters using axes to crush the bus windows out, allowing water from their hoses to reach inside and stop the rapidly spreading fire. Hours later, the bus was still smoking, the interior completely charred.
Everybody was away from the bus when we got here. They were very definitive of the amount of people that were on the bus. We went in and checked just to make sure.
The bus driver telling authorities he thought he had blown a tire, so he pulled over to check it out and saw smoke rising from the back of the bus.
We have military cadets on the bus, and they got us to safety very quickly.
The students were visiting Tufts University for a summer English immersion program and heading to a field trip. The students waited next to the highway until another bus picked them up and took them back to campus. Quite a scene along that highway in Boston. At this point, the bus company has taken the bus back to the shop. They're going to try and figure out exactly what did cause that fire, George. Robin?
Okay, David, thanks very much.
George, turning now to the ESPYs, a big night celebrating top athletes, including the new World Cup champs. They made it to L.A. last night in time to claim some of the biggest awards. TJ Holmes is here.
Well, Robin, remember, they just won the World Cup on Sunday in France. And since then, they've had a ticker tape parade, gotten keys to the city, threw in a couple of pool parties, came to a GMA studio. All right? And they made it to L.A.
The yacht ride.
Yes, it was a yacht ride. Thank you, George. And they made it to L.A. to pick up what I would call probably the no-brainer award last night. But there was plenty of other stuff last night that we didn't see coming.
On one of the biggest nights in sports, 23 iconic women were the biggest stars.
The women's national soccer team!
The World Cup champions added 2 more awards to their list of accolades.
Sorry, but this is probably the second best trophy we won this week. Here's to the next World Cup in another 4 years. Thank you.
The night was about recognizing the sports world's best and brightest, like Drew Brees, who delivered what some are calling the most valuable husband moment.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank my wife, Brittany Brees. I love you so much. I fall more in love with you each and every day.
That led to a tricky situation for Dwayne Wade.
Thank you to Drew Brees. Because of what you said to your wife on stage, my wife looked at me with a death stare and said, if I don't say something up here, the car ride home is going to be long.
Game-changing newcomers graced the stage like Zion Williamson, winning Best College Athlete.
Thank you. I love Duke. Wish I could have stayed his second year, but I had other things to do, so thank you.
But on this night that was dedicated to incredible athletes, it was Coach Rob Mendez, born without arms and legs, that inspired us all.
So for anyone out there not sure if they can do something, it could be in sports, it could be in your job, it can be in your life, whatever it is, I'm here to tell you that you can do it. You've got to be passionate. You've got to work at it, but it can happen. And I'm not done yet.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of award shows every year. This is the only one I'm guaranteed to cry at because there are poignant moments like that. And I'm going to leave this with everybody today. When you go into your office, he said, look at me. He said to folks, I want you to look at me. And he said, focus on what you can do instead of what you can't, and you really can go places in the world. So take that with you. He said, I could not play football, but I could coach. And that's what he's doing.
I know.
And that's what he's doing. So great moments always come out of the ESPYs.
I couldn't agree with you more about that. You're laughing and crying at the same time.
Beautiful.
Thank you, TJ.
You got it, guys.
Following a lot of other news this morning, including some new developments in an international murder mystery. The manhunt is underway in Greece after that American scientist right there was found in a cave-like bunker.
And then how the wind and weather could predict shark attacks. Our Will Reeve on the water with an exclusive. But first, let's go back to Ginger.
Wait, so now I'm going to have to start doing shark attack forecasts? Okay, that's an added. All right, let's look at the severe storms because I can promise you that later today, parts of Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., by 4 or 5 o'clock, the I-95 corridor, watch for damaging wind possibilities. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the heat index forecast sponsored by Walgreens.
Walgreens, save your skin today. Now all Walgreens brand sun care products are buy one, get one 50% off.
Under a weather alert on this Thursday. We're not going to see the widespread flash flooding as we did on Monday, but we could see some isolated significant flash flooding. Severe storms, too, could bring some high winds to the area. Watch those storms more isolated at around noon and more scattered as we get into the afternoon and evening rush. We'll get up to about 88 to 90 degrees. We'll drop it to the mid-80s by 6 p.m. But again, ponding on area roads this afternoon, so make sure you get inside if you can after 3.
Have you do what you did about Hump Day.
Because it's Thursday.
Yeah,
we can try if you want.
We'll be right back.
Babies play with toes, do handstands, and crawl on hands and knees.
Moves like these need Pampers Cruisers 360 Fit. With an ultra stretchy waistband and 360 Fit that adapts to every